Greetings, Rev J here. Thank you for joining me for your middle of the month reading, your Tarot by Tribe series. Going to be doing these just a little bit different for this mid-month of April, and just first want to thank you all for being here. This is an M for mature audiences only channel, so please only be watching it if you are a legal adult wherever you are, and if you're also okay with strong messages and language, because occasionally they are. I'm going to be doing these messages just a little bit different here for the middle of the month. I've gotten tons of inquiries, people asking me pretty similar questions or lines of questioning, and so I've been putting together a slightly different spread. I'm actually going to be doing 12 separate videos instead of my usual 4 by tribal element, where I'm going to be breaking these down using a 5-card spread, where we actually take apart what the theme is for the month. I'm only going to be using major arcana for that, so that we can get a really strong theme of what Mercury Retrograde is all about. So this is actually probably going to carry beyond the second part of April for most of y'all. This is to kind of help you get through some of the things that might be otherwise quite tricky. We're also going to cover what you're leaving in the past, what your lessons are, what you're carrying forward for a better future, what's been on your mind, mental blocks primarily, and we're also going to be looking at subconscious blocks. And so basically this is going to be like your way to hack out of anything that might otherwise be somewhat precarious and catching you at unawares during Mercury retrograde. So you might also want to check, in addition to your sun, your moon, and your rising, my Mercury retrograde survival kit. It's an 11-minute video. It's actually linked in the description box below. And also just to let you know, if I have enough time this weekend, I might also be doing separate relationship readings or love readings for all y'all too. So I'm trying to get to that. It's just been really busy. I do business consulting too, and I've been in a business boot camp, and I'm like recovering from being on some antibiotics too, so it's just been a really hectic time for me. But I really appreciate all of you who've been there for me, and all of you who support my channel and share my content. Huge thanks to those of you who have ordered personal readings from me, and especially those who have sent me cash tips too. Really appreciate you guys and gals and others, and you've just made it really great for me. I'm coming up on my 1-year anniversary of this YouTube channel, and it's been wonderful. So thanks for being there for me. I love being there for you, and I'll catch you on the inside of your reading. Hey, what's up, Gemini? Happy middle of the month to you. Shuffling some cards here. Trying space. Doing a little different this time. I'm going to be using a 5-card spread. Shuffling the majors right now. It's going to be your Mercury retrograde theme. And I'm going to do 4 cards with the rest of the deck to cover mental blocks, subconscious blocks, potential, of course, and basically what you're leaving behind from this Mercury retrograde, what you're going to actually be leaving behind you, and then what the lesson is going forward. So this is just kind of designed to be like, whatever goes wrong, a nice little lens to help you kind of figure it out. And they were saying for some of y'all, it's going to be a really good time. I was seeing something about a legal decision that might go really well for some of you guys. And so if you had something pending, they're saying I'm getting like a thumbs up on it. So good luck with that. There's a lot going on in my living room here. I don't usually have both my pets while I'm doing this, because sometimes when I do deep channeling, it's too much. But since I'm not doing the regular Tarot by Tribe, where I do really deep channeling, they're both here, and they're kind of snarling at each other right now. So I'm hearing, they were saying something about, I don't know, somebody's divorce, Hearing it's going to go well, but they were saying it was kind of like ugly, and I was just hearing my pets over here kind of mimicking something, but instead some of y'all are going to be pretty happy with the outcome. I heard things might be a little slow, though. Just remember, Mercury retrograde, things like that happen. Just make sure you're looking at everything very thoroughly. Alright, Gemini, I'm going to pause on this. I'm going to get you another angle on the cards. The cards here. So, alright, major theme. I heard Aries. So, some of y'all might be dealing with an Aries. It's definitely a very Aries card right now. This might be somebody that is a central character in this retrograde, especially if this is dealing with a relationship. In other cases, this is just about all of the foundations and the things that put order and stability into our lives. So, yeah, that's some interesting stuff. This could also just be another reminder of April, because, you know, that's what month we're in right now. So we're just hearing, you know, structures, foundations, authorities, in some situations, paternal issues, but I'm definitely hearing about some legal issues within some homes and the things that are worth fighting for. So that's going to be focal point right now. And yeah, they're saying some of y'all are just completely consumed right now with whatever this is, and that could actually be the biggest mental block. I'm also hearing a little bit about mental blocks that are causing back pain for people. Subconscious blocks, feeling cheated, feeling ripped off. In some cases, just like dangerous steps are having to be taken, and sometimes in the light of day, in ways that, you know, we wouldn't have wanted to. And I'm hearing in some cases it's for the sake of the kids. So, you know, if this is something going on with like custody, yeah, I'm definitely hearing that it's definitely focal for somebody right now. They say what you're leaving in the past, though, is actually, I'm hearing that might be the Aries in some situations. It's a hard posture that's being taken on whatever direction went away from whoever this person is in the center here. And in some cases, we're actually hearing about somebody that might have crossed over in some cases. And so, you know, there's a real strong indication it might be, you know, a paternal style figure, male person perhaps, in which case, you know, we definitely send our condolences and well wishes to your family. What's being brought ahead to the future is I'm hearing less struggle. There's a lot of interesting information here. Let's just break it down a little bit slower, because, you know, this sometimes for me can be indicative of the things that people are willing to actually invest in life to kind of put themselves at the top of whatever it is that their game is, whether it's, you know, the top of the family, the top of some sort of institution. You know, this is a very achieved sort of position here to show up as the emperor, and for that to be a focal point as, you know, a theme for this time period. And we're seeing somebody that's like all in, because that's what this is. This is somebody that's taken on a lot of burdens in some cases. You know, this is somebody that's really just grabbed for everything that they had to take on or tackle
And in some cases, it's had them in a disadvantaged sort of position. This is not a great way to carry so many things. And they're saying that the approach that has been taken, like at this time, it might not be the best way to go about things right now. Make sure you're not blocked on that right now, Gemini, because they're saying somebody might really be kind of tugging at you in a way, and I'm just hearing it might be kind of inappropriate the way they're coming at you. And sometimes, you know, if you're feeling mentally blocked, especially if it has to do with a marriage or a family or anything like that, you know, we sometimes let things get, you know, a hold of us in a weird way, and they're saying that that might be the big focal point right now, this part of the month. And, you know, you're going to know if that's the case or not in some cases, because you might feel this. You know, this is a subconscious sort of element that might be coming up, but they're saying that somebody might have cheated. Somebody might have cheated is what I'm hearing. They might have cheated you somehow, and you might not have had the proof, but they might come back around, and in some cases, you're going to know. If you feel it right in the center of you, you just get that woozy feeling about like something's off. And they're saying if that's the case, that's your subconscious mind kind of warning you about what might have been like a duplicitous situation. And so we're hearing about some things that could be kind of risky that come up that we might be like caught in unawares of happening in some situations because we're used to maybe letting people approach us in ways that aren't always very, I would say, catering to what our needs are. And so, you know, just keep that in mind if that resonates in some way, because they're saying that an easier time is ahead. I'm actually literally seeing somebody leaving something in the past that either they cared a great deal about or that might have been attached to whoever this person is. So in some cases it was voluntary. I literally see somebody taking off for something else here. And they're saying that a much better time is on the way because, you know, although this person's keeping it together, you know, in some cases, you know, they're just like treading water. You know, here they're juggling, you know, different things, but they've got it going on. This way, it can, look, this can go different ways. They're saying this is the lesson, though. They're saying that in some cases, you've just dropped the ball before because maybe people were accessing you in this like inappropriate manner, or you were too blocked because you were trying to take too much on. You were literally kind of crippling yourself. And they're saying in other cases, it's about those things that we just didn't see that were happening in the light of day when somebody was sneaking around. In other cases, they're just reminding you that whatever that difficulty was, it's something that's not going to be such a difficult juggling act going forward. And so what you can really do to help yourself at this time is to make a focal point the things that are bringing, you know, stability and groundedness into your life. So whether or not this was attached to an actual person that, you know, was going to stay or go at any point, what they're saying here is that your stability and the things that put you here and that make your life feel easier and less difficult, like you're going to drop things because you're not able to keep a grab on them, or, you know, seeing what's happening right in front of your face in some cases. This isn't happening behind your back sometimes. They're saying just make sure you're looking because this person isn't paying attention here. They're saying you learn a lot about it. So this is going to be pretty big on display right now from what I'm hearing, Gemini, and I'm wishing you the best. I'm hearing it's going to be a successful outcome. The best thing you can do is make sure that even if you're leaving some things in the past that you really did care about before, realize there are some things that might still be worth holding on to, and it's just a matter of how you're letting yourself go about it. So hopefully that's helpful for this part of the month. Please hit me up if I can do a personal reading for you. I'd love to do it. I really appreciate you liking, subscribing, and supporting my channel. Take care. God bless. See you again in a couple weeks.